Trips.
Trips. What? How?
Your mechanical keyboard's broken.
God damn it. This is the best goddamn keyboard.
Yeah, no, I'm still jealous of it.
So good. Oh, man.
Maybe.
An SSD, then a mechanical keyboard.
Yeah, I'll see. I probably will get an SSD. Not sure about the keyboard. We'll see.
I use my Windows PC more now just because I like typing on it more. I'm just like, I'm going to write a 7,000 word forum post. I don't care.
I'm just going to write James Croft 20,000 times.
So good. I reckon the perfect configuration would be like a MacBook Pro, a really sweet MacBook Pro with an SSD hooked up to this mechanical keyboard, and just remap this Windows key to Command key or do some funky jazz with that. If they had a Mac version of this, I would definitely buy that in a second.
Except it wouldn't be able to be super Mac thin due to the whole mechanical aspect.
No, but that's fine. There are mechanical Mac keyboards, but they look gross. They're like dust keyboards. You know dust keyboards?
No.
That's like a different brand of mechanical keyboard.
Okay.
Same switches.
Yep.
But it's real super glossy. I like this matte black. Oh yeah. Ninja keys.
Keys, you so fine.
So sweet. So sweet. So good. Shall we?
We shall. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hello and welcome to the Play World Cup. I'm James.
And I'm Jason.
And you are watching the 7th
Epic
match.
finale.
Oh my
Holy
god.
cow.
I am so excited. This is game 7 and we are looking right now at Powerfang from Whitech Software Solutions.
The guy with the epic comeback coming into the 7th game after losing the first 3. Oh, amazing comeback. So
yeah, he has been all guts and all glory up until this point, but this is it. This is the final hurrah, the final game of the Play World Cup. And down at the bottom, we have Zelen representing Transmax as the Green Terran. So it all comes to this.
Yeah, this is
the final match.
This is the final match. This is all the pressure on both players now. So, what do you do?
Wow.
What do you do? And this is such a big map too. So, I don't know. I think coming into this game, when we're in the map, I guess in the waiting room, I think Powerfang was like, damn it, he didn't want to play this map against a Terran. But I always sort of figured, like, when I play Terran, I hate playing this map against a Zerg. Just because the map is so gigantic and I feel like they can sort of expand everywhere and get away from me. But I know as a Zerg, that, you know, you would hate the fact that your natural is siegeable. That is not ideal.
Yeah, that's really hard to deal with. And it also, I guess, is quite a wide open space for a Terran to be able to expand into quite quickly, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that initial ramp, though it is a little bit big, it's quite defendable. I think it's not that hard. It's a bit like a Shakuris Plateau in that you can get a second base up fairly quickly and actually establish there. And, you know, once you're a 2-base Terran, that starts to get a little bit scary. You can start putting pressure on. And yeah, as you said, if you're going siege tanks in this map, then it can be a huge advantage. You can get some vision, or you can use your orbital to get temporary vision and siege that hatch, or just take out a bunch of workers, and that can be very, very scary indeed. So
we've got a lot to deal with. So both these players know, I guess, the pros and cons of this map. Zelen, though, I did notice that this game has grabbed his gas again. So he did grab that early gas in all games except for the last game when he went for a much earlier command center. But no, he has decided to grab the gas again. So not wanting to deviate from his build that he's been working out so well for him in the past few games.
And Powerfang, likewise, he's gone for a spawning pool first 2 hatch. Ooh, looks like a little bit of bunker play there, but that's going to be taken down pretty quickly.
Yep, thought he could get away with it, almost did, but even if that bunker went up, to be honest, there were no Marines coming in to back it up, so I think it was just maybe, try and psych out Powerfang, make him think, you know what, there's some barracks near your base, boy, so
and I mean, that's the advantage of that early, just 1 or 2 pairs of lings.
Yep.
Just enough to kind of scout around, stop any shenanigans, from happening in your, while your hatchery's going up.
Yep.
And just to give you that vision, and now we can see this, There's actually a drone coming in and down and
Inviting
up.
him in. This, I'm not sure about. Okay, because I thought Zelen was doing the same build he's been doing all game, which was Reactor Hellion, but he's thrown down a tech lab on that initial barracks. So I don't know whether that was... Is that a finals game pressure misclick, or did he intend to have the tech lab? So we've got one Hellion.
Sure, yeah.
Is it going to be... Okay, so we're not going tanks. So are we going to be going blue flame to make use of this, or was it in fact an accidental build?
No, blue flame.
Okay, so we have got blue flame. So interesting. We're going to be going... No. Oh yeah, two. Okay, we did have those two Marines. Thought we cancelled them for a minute. So okay, we got single Hellions coming out. We're going to have blue flame and then some Marine pressure and then another tech lab. So I'm going to get some upgrades started on those Marines. All the while that's happening, we do have another command center being built for Zelen.
You know, I actually do like seeing that blue flame Hellion come out. There's such a kind of like a... I mean, it's a very narrow, specific route that you can take, but you can really skirt the edges of these naturals.
Yep.
And if you can get up and behind the mineral line, even just a handful of shots, 2-3 shots off, you got a pair of Hellions, and you can do a ton of damage for no money at all.
Yeah,
so I think that's what Zelen is going to try and do here. He's going to try and just edge out that economic advantage by doing some early Hellion harass, although... The creep spread that Powfang has done is really impressive. So he's actually going to be able to see this coming with a little bit of time to spare. Not a lot, but maybe enough.
He got his macro hatch up and everything. So Powfang's really droning hard, doing a great job. No spines or anything at his ramp or within the minerals. So if Zelen did decide to charge through with a couple of Hellions, especially if they had blue flame, which they now do. So...
Here comes the third Hellion as well, so it looks like it's going to be 3. He might move out with 3. One spine crawler going up in the back. Actually, a second one coming now as well. I
think it's showing Powfang's really not keen on the idea of tanks sieging up on the low ground there. But tanks this early in the game, you're not really going to see. Are going to see some Hellions, so I think those spines would have been better placed at the front here, and he's not going to be thrilled to see that blue flame coming out of them, because 20 Lings on the way, but 20 Lings against 3 blue flame Hellions, if they can get in a nice tight spot, they're going to do a lot of damage.
Oh man, that's a lot of drones.
That is a lot of drones.
Toasted.
Attacking with drones is something you never want to do unless you're in a very, very desperate situation, and already we see Powfang is in a desperate situation. He needs to stop those Hellions before they get into his mineral line.
Looks like he will, but the drone losses were very significant. 11 workers killed, so he made an absolute... Zelen has made an absolute correct choice there. He's spent... I mean, how much?
300 minerals?
300
plus,
minerals.
You know, plus the small investment, 100, 150 maybe for the blue flame, but that blue flame's going to, you know, benefit him all game long now as well.
And it's more than paid for the loss of drones.
Yep.
And now he's at a significant economic advantage as well.
So thankfully for Powfang, he was droning up really heavily at the start of that game, which is why he had no units to defend. So he has managed to pump out a bunch more units. Is back on even footing in terms of the harvester count. But yeah, those mules are going to now kick in and put Zelen in the lead.
Yep, we do see a spire going up, actually, which is a fairly early spire.
Yeah, that is pretty early, actually.
So he must have... I mean, he went Lairtech really early. Must have slipped by us, but...
I don't know how that happened, to be honest.
I'm shocked.
So shocked. Oh,
more Hellions,
Hellions.
Ooh, looks like... Where are they headed off to now? Oh, are they going to get trapped?
Oh, nice attack there, but I think this Hellion is going to go down, or is he going to get away? No, I think those Zerglings should be able to get him, especially now he's on creep. So
once they get on the creep.
Those two Hellions have gone down. Powfang needing to transfer some of those drones to that gas, especially if he wants to get a nice early mutable, which he is banking some resources, so it might be what
more
he's
Hellions
to do.
on the way up into this natural. Here they come, 3 more, doing the damage. Oh, are they going to be able to toast some drones? Oh my god, those spines are working away, and the queens as well, but now they're going up into the main. There are so many drones exposed up in the main. What is Powfang going to do? Is he going to try and pull them away?
So I think at this point, pulling the drones is probably not the best idea because it's going to clump them up. So I think he did the best thing there, left the drones and down here as well. So minimal losses there with the drones, lost only 2 there. So he had three Hellions behind his mineral line. Last time that happened, he lost 11. So to lose 2 is a much better outcome.
Yeah, absolutely. So some really smart play there. Just not overreacting, not panicking. Just really concise and just don't lose it. We're in game 7.
Yeah.
Anyone could freak out at this point. I would certainly be freaking out. But no, that's some really good play there by Powerfang. In terms of production at the moment, though, we're actually seeing a bit of a slowdown from Powerfang.
Yeah, I think those Hellions, unfortunately for Powerfang, made him spend a ton of cash on these Zerglings, which I think he was banking for the Mutas. So now he's only got 1 Muta out on the field where he would have much preferred to have maybe another 6 or 7 on top of that.
Yeah, and he is banking that back up. I can see his resources at the moment are just somewhat out of whack. Like he's got way more gas than what he should have. Actually, that's true for Zelen as well. Zelen is banking a lot of gas right now.
What's he spending? So we've only got 2 tanks, although we do have the armory. And actually, something we haven't mentioned, Zelen is doing something completely different that he hasn't done. He's going a mech build with 3 factories. We are seeing some Thors on the field, which is exactly what we need now that Powerfang is investing in those the Mutalisks, those flying things that shoot downwards in a downward direction towards the ground, I believe, is where they like to shoot.
I believe that is true, but they can also, and correct me if I'm wrong, shoot up into the sky.
Or as they live in the sky, they would more shoot in a horizontal fashion.
I believe.
So I will indeed correct you.
And all things in the StarCraft universe fly at the same height at all times.
I think it's due to the gravity or something on the planets, and it's just when you go, or maybe the oxygen levels or something like that. So if you go that tiny bit too high, it just it doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah,
that makes sense to me.
Physics, man.
Don't question it.
Yeah, don't you dare question it. All right.
Hey, if you start questioning gravity, and then it's a bit like the Wile E. Coyote type thing, like you're running on air, and then you look down and you realize you're, there's nothing below you, and then you fall.
Yep. Oh, thank God.
Whew.
I was really worried then Powerfang wasn't going to notice. He had like 20 drones, but no, they were only not mining for a split second there, so that was very, very good. Had his Wile E. Coyote moment there. They were running on air, and then they fell back to ground, thankfully into the minerals.
Don't start questioning gravity, man. I don't want to float off, all right?
No, man.
I just want to stay on the planet. Is that too much to ask?
Well, I don't know.
Maybe.
Ask gravity.
Maybe.
All right? Just don't annoy it.
All right, good.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 52 Lings now on the way, as well as 2 Evo Chambers. So I think Powerfang has suddenly gone, Christ, I need a lot of upgrades right now. And so the 2 Evo Chambers, he's got +1 flying, though, which is actually pretty good. In terms of mutas on the field right now, down goes the Hellion. He has
still got that
just
one.
the one, but he is banking a ton of minerals, so I think he's going to do the old
gas.
Drop a big ton. But is that a wise thing given the amount of Thors starting to appear on the field? I'm not sure.
You know what? Yeah, I think if we had have seen his typical ball of Mutalisks a little bit earlier, while there's only 2 now 3 Thors out for Zelen, there might have been he might have got in a sweet spot where he could magic box the 1 or 2 Thors that were out initially, and then do a lot of damage. But now we've got 4 Thors. Oh no, bad timing. We've got a ton of Mutalisks on the way as well, so that timing maybe not working out too well for Powerfang, but we will see. If he can magic box those Thors, although as more and more Thors come in, he's going to need a lot of Lings, which he does have, which might be able to take out some of those Thors.
But if the Hellions get to the Lings first and it's a Ling barbecue, then it's going to be really, really tough to get those. It's all going to be... Maybe he could run a bunch of Lings behind and kind of sneak attack those Thors. But what's going to deal with these Hellions right now? And they're just absolutely tearing up these creep tunes at the moment. Banelings seem to be the answer.
I would like to see some Roaches, I think, from Powerfang. Roaches are a pretty good answer to mech. Just because they can tank... They'll make the Hellions, or a nice counter push.
Actually, that was really good.
Yeah.
That made him pull back and reconsider the attack, which is exactly what he needed. He needed some time to buy some time to get those Banelings morphed in, and then they will be ready to go right now. So when those Hellions come up, assuming the Hellions come up first, he can deal with them with the Banelings, use the remaining Lings to take out the Thors, and maybe do like some kind of Ling / Muta Magic box.
Some sort of combo.
Yep. And actually, speaking of roaches, looks like he's throwing down the roach warren, which is very, very good given this situation at the moment. Upgrades continue on for Zelen as well. Zelen has got a stack of upgrades. I think that's +2 plating armor. Yep. And no, that's weapons.
Oh, the weapon.
+1
right,
plating.
Yeah.
I do not see those
My
upgrades
bad.
too often. I'll tell you that for free.
And here we go. All right, Banelings rolling in, taking out... probably want to use those Banelings on the Hellions, and a lot of Banelings hitting those Thors. Although, so now we've got maybe 4 Thors on pretty low health. So we do have a lot of Mutalisks. So that could actually be... That is a lot of Mutalisks. So
that is a stack of them.
He does not want to clump those Mutalisks. But if he can get a nice magic box around those Thors, especially how half of them have been damaged, he might be able to get away with this. But... very, very tense moment, although all the Hellions now going down for Zelen.
If he can magic box absolutely right now, I think he could take these out with the Mutas. I think he's got no other choice too. He's gonna have to go for it because otherwise these are just gonna walk in and stomp.
And do not clump those Mutas. Okay, brilliant. So he's magic boxed the Mutas. How are the Thors looking? The Thors are going down. Yes, those Mutas are actually taking those Thors to town. Those Mutas are going to be more than enough.
Wow.
And those Thors all getting shut down.
That is just a textbook case of how effective the magic box technique can be.
And so now Powerfang. I think Powerfang needs to go. Go. Because the one thing about a mech army is it is expensive and it is super hard to rebuild. We've got 1 Thor on the field. So, yeah, I really want Powerfang to use these Mutas now while he's got, an opportune time where there's not much anti-air on the field, save from all those turrets. But yeah, I think it's still a really good opportunity to use these Mutas.
And these Mutas are +2 now. +2 is completed on them, so they will do plenty of damage very, very quickly. So towers aside, like he could just focus down those towers really quick and then start working his way through those SCVs and do a ton of damage. But the longer he waits, the longer Zelen is going to have to get Thors back out on the field.
Thors are about to pop, but here we go, moving in with the Mutalist. Taking out some of these turrets and killing some SCVs along the way. 1 Thor coming in, but that many Mutalisks. Oh, we've got 2 Thors, 3 Thors. That many Mutalisks against 3 Thors might be a bit of a challenge, especially if they're clumped up. So probably wisely deciding to pull back because there are a ball of Marines there as well. So, but still doing a nice little bit of damage. How are we looking on the economic front? 46 plays 49, so still pretty even. Yeah, okay. Super tense. Pressure is still on both players.
Game 7, yep. No one's really, supply pretty similar, within 10 of each other right now. 2 hatches going up for Powerfang, so he's got his 4th and 5th on the way. Zelen is stable on his 3rd base.
No fourth
as of yet.
As of yet, no. I think if these bases can get up and running, then Powerfang will be in a great spot to then get some lair tech happening, which he is upgrading to lair now and might be able to secure the late game. So just needs to hold out. It will all depend on whether Zelen decides to just stay on his 3rd, build up a big army and push, or whether he wants to try and take it to the late game as well and build maybe a 4th or 5th.
I think Zelen is prepared for the late game. His +3 weapons is just about to finish. And once
really
that finishes, he's been cranking those all game long. And once those finish, those Thors are going to get really, really scary.
Yep.
Especially against Mutas. They're just going to chew them up. No amount of magic boxing, I think, is going to be able to save 0-2 Mutalisks.
Yeah, and God forbid Powerfang if he doesn't magic box them. With 0 armor against a 3 attack Thor, and if they're boxed up, then goodbye Mutalisks.
Yeah, absolutely. So he's going to have to be very, very careful with where he engages and how he engages this army.
We didn't see any... We saw the Roach Warren go down, but I don't think we've seen any Roaches being built. So this many Lings against this many Hellions is not ideal, because the Hellions are going to tear those apart. So would like to see some Roaches on the field to tank some of that damage from the Hellions and sort of negate their usefulness.
What is Powerfang going to do here? Because he is actually starting to slip behind in production a little bit now.
Yeah, he's got Mutas back here, so I don't know whether he's going to try a pincer move or maybe swoop down into the natural.
I think he has actually worked out his game plan. He's making an absolute ton of Corruptors. He's got 12 Corruptors on the way, as well as a Great Aspire. So I think the plan here is to go into Broodlords.
He needs to deal with this. Hold this because the Broodlords are still going to be a while away, and this push is right outside his door.
Yeah, this is going to be all about timing. What is he going to be able to get these Broodlords up and running before this push is on his front door? I don't think so. He's not going to have time. He needs Banelings to be able to deal with these Hellions. They're going to race in and do all sorts of damage.
Yeah, I think Powerfang is now looking to be in a little bit of trouble. 48 Banelings, wow. Where are all those Banelings? There are some there. I don't know where the rest are. We don't want to move away, but Powerfang is... That hatch is dead. Those drones are dead.
Everything is dead.
There's the ping. There's the Banelings. Wow, those Banelings are so far away. We've got Banelings coming in, taking out a good number of Hellions. Very nice hit, but there's still a lot of units left. More Banelings rolling in. I think we've forgotten about these Mutalisks. Banelings rolling in, and that is actually not a good position for those Banelings. Those Thors are doing a lot of damage. Corruptors.
Oh man, I don't like that positioning.
No, Powerfang probably could have put them in a better spot because they are clumped up too. I think these Thors, if the Thors see them, it depends if the Thors are going to focus down the buildings or focus down the Corruptors. If they focus them down,
God.
That splash damage is horrendous.
Oh, look how fast those are going down. They're just going down one by one.
I don't even know whether they're going to finish.
They could have done so much damage. Oh, just 3 or 4 broods, and immediately they get taken down. And the timing on that was killer. Yeah. 10 more seconds he needed. Maybe just 10 or 15 more seconds, or he could have moved them off to that gap.
Yeah, if the Broodlords were like, over here shooting Broodlings out, I don't know whether it would have changed the whole outcome. That is a lot of Thors to deal with, but he would have been in a much better position. And Powerfang calling the GG, unable to take the 7th game after taking the last 3 games in a row. And yeah, calling the game. So Zelen managing to take the game and the series for Transmax.
That's right. Yeah, what a heartbreaker for Powerfang, but have to say Zelen played absolutely excellently well. Won this game with an extremely unconventional style. I think we haven't seen
him do
heavy mech play ever, so he's left this one in the bag for the final game.
Yep.
So all credit to those guys who played magnificently.
Singularity as well, playing some great games against Powerfang tonight as well.
Yep.
Yeah, they've all done really, really well.
That's it. So Transmax, our grand final winners for the Playwell Cup, taking home the trophy. We have to thank all the teams who competed in the competition. Just had some fantastic games, the best games we've ever had, I think. This series just absolutely top notch. So thanks to everyone who participated. Thanks for watching, spectators. And I guess
just, keep your ear to the floor for the next installment.
That's right. We'll see you then.
See you then.